Hey everybody, welcome back to the shop and welcome to another Flea Market Finds episode. This is going to be an estate sale pick from down in Rhode Island back on August 5th, 2021. This is going to be all Machinist tools. This was a listing that came up on Marketplace, and there were a few Machinist tools, and when I contacted the individual, he explained that he actually had a whole bunch more that he hadn't gotten around the listing yet. We ended up making an agreement that I would come down and buy several items. And I got down there. He was a very tough negotiator. He did a lot of research online using eBay and based a lot of his pricing off of that. So it took over 3 hours there. Probably only an hour to go through everything and two hours spent negotiating. I'm not going to have huge profit margins on a lot of these pieces, but there were a lot of good pieces there, and I figured, well, drove 45 minutes to get down there, might as well see what we can do. So I got quite a good haul here. Let's dive right in. Part of the reason why it took so long to make a deal there was he literally was pulling up stuff on eBay on his phone when I would ask for a price. So how much you want for, I'd pull something out, how much you want for that, literally would go to eBay. And after a while, it became apparent we were going to be here way too long. So where I made the best deals was on items that he either couldn't find comparables on eBay or were items that he just figured because what they were, it wasn't worth getting, kind of ridiculous about micromanaging the pricing. So for instance, these were a couple of the first things I bought. I was able to get these two. These are cast aluminum or some sort of alloy drill stands. These are really kind of cool. I'm probably going to keep them for myself. I got the pair of these for $15, which is a really good deal. I don't think I saw a maker on these. This one is a fractional one. It just says drill stand USA. Got kind of a neat look to it. And then this one here, clearly the same exact company. This is a number sized drill stand 1-60 USA. Okay, so those will go in my private stash. This USA drop indicator, usually kind of shy away from paying much for these. This one I was able to get for $15, which is a good deal because it's an import, but it's a USA. So it's a Japanese import, and it's brand new, never been used. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get the mag base that he had for this. He wanted too much for the mag base while I was there. The irony being now that he's had the mag base listed, he finally listed that up on Facebook. He's been asking $25 for that for a couple weeks now, and so if I was right there in front of him now, I probably could get him to throw that in for 15 more, and then it would be kind of cool because the original mag base to go with the USA indicator. A Brown & Sharp 771 automatic center punch that sticks a little bit, but it does fire. Got some surface rust on it. I got that for $5. That was a good deal. I'm sure if you looked it up, he probably would have wanted 10 or 15. But this little set of punches for 10. So this is a set of 765 Brown & Sharp punches. What's nice is it's a complete set of Brown & Sharp center punches. They're all the correct ones that belong in here. They all have really good tips on them. I got this for 10. That was a good deal. This little Chapman drill driver kit, I got this for 10. Again, on eBay they tend to trade higher, but seeing that it's just a simple drill driver set, he was willing to take 10 on that. Transfer buttons, okay. Some of these, I don't even know if there's anything in them. I paid 10 for the lot. These are probably just going to go into my stash of transfer buttons. Machinery's Handbook, 13th edition. Actually in pretty good shape. No dust cover. 15. one of the items I paid a little more for. It's this Brown and Sharp number 540 6-inch square. What I liked about this, I didn't like that it's engraved, but what I liked about it is that it's in the original old cardboard box. I paid $20 for that. Probably not going to get a lot more out of it than that. This is an interesting piece. This is a Brown and Sharp number 530 3¼ inch straight edge. It's in the original Brown and Sharp case. So this has got a almost like a felt lining to keep this. So this is one of these knife edge straight edges, Brown and Sharp, and these tend to trade kind of high on eBay. So I was able to get this for $20. So we'll see how I do on that. This is the next lot I put together. Was able to get this for $120. A little bit of light surface rust on here, but yeah, otherwise it's in really great shape. And this is a Brown and Sharp set, and it's all matching. So we get the protractor head, the combination square head, the center head, and the 12-inch blade. So we got the 12-inch blade with the center head, the protractor head, and the combination square head. Then we have this nice little Starrett square, and this little Brown and Sharp combination square with a matching center head. And this toolmaker's clamp, as it's often called, or vise. This is number 752 Brown and Sharp. I've had these in Starrett. They're pretty pricey in Starrett, so we'll have to see what this ends up going for. It'll be interesting to see how much I can get for this. Hopefully quite a bit, because I'm into this pile for $120. So I also got this little Brown and Sharp square. It's a little baby brother to that one that was in the box. I think that was actually included in that last lot for $120. It's in good shape. This lot right here I got for $80, and it included this cant twist clamp. This 3-inch cant twist, which is in great shape. I'm going to keep that for myself. In here we got 5 long pin punches. 2 of these are Generals, and they're in really good shape, and then 3 of them are Starretts, and they're in okay shape. And then this is a nice Starrett 91B tap wrench. This is it sure looks like a Greenfield tap and die GTD, but it's not marked. This is a nice hand vise. This is a General. I've had a few of these, but not a General. This is a Starrett tap wrench right here. Don't remember the number. And this is a no-name tap wrench. And then this is a J something Carpenter tap wrench, which is, it's just kind of got a neat look to it. Nice little wrench. I don't remember how this one works. Yeah, this has got an unusual design that this handle doesn't turn at all. This outer collar turns to actually move the jaw, which I thought was kind of neat. And then I got these miscellaneous pin vices. I'll get to this one in a second. These are, I think these are either Starretts or Generals. Yeah, so luckily for me, all three of these pin vices are Starretts. And then this is really something interesting. There is a strange logo on it that I don't identify. So I can't quite make that out. So yeah, so I don't know what this is. This might be a watch or clock repairman's tool. This might be actually for grabbing onto watch stems or something. I don't know, but it intrigued my interest. This next lot right here, this group of items, I paid $75 for the group. I'm going to model 635 Brown and Sharp V-thread pitch gauge, a Starrett 472 pitch gauge, really nice and clean. This kind of is neat. This is a number 75 Starrett, number 15 Starrett little pocket square, and it's got a little almost like a bevel gauge to it. So these 3 boxes right here are all Starrett parallels, adjustable parallels. So you can buy this as a kit. So you've got could buy it as a a kit with all the sizes in one package, or you could buy them individually like this. So this is an F, and this is an E, this is a D, the C, the B, and the A. So it's a full set. It just doesn't have a nice vinyl pouch to go in. And this box is just for the D. And then we're going to stare at 269A taper gauge, that little itty bitty one there. And then this cool little thing here. I don't know if this is the original box or not. But what we got in here is a Brown and Sharp little square. Tool maker or die maker square, I think is what they call this. So we got is a little 2.5 inch blade. This little bevel. And this here. So we got a number on here. So this is a 554. So I can look at my Brown and Sharp catalog and see if that's complete. So my mistake, this is not the die maker square. This is the adjustable square, and this is exactly how this is supposed to come. It comes with the square, this little tiny blade that's in there now, this wider blade, and this bevel, which is for 60 and 45 degree reference. Next up, he had a whole big box full of all kinds of books, catalogs, and textbooks and stuff. I went through, I saw a few in there that were pretty interesting, some vintage ones, but he had, again, used eBay pricing, so he had some pretty hefty prices on some of those. So I didn't bother with most of those. I focused on the ones that he didn't bother pricing because they were smaller catalogs. And I was able to get this whole stack right here for $40. So I got the Brown and Sharp, the Shop Tool Manual by Brown and Sharp. So this is kind of interesting. This is really it's a Brown and Sharp catalog is what it is. And then he threw in with that, as I explained to him that this was a basically it's a price, not a price, a supplement. Here's one of the ones he had a little more money on. He had, $15 on eBay and somewhere else. I don't know where else he looked, but what this is an early Brown and Sharp catalog number 34. So a lot of your earlier Brown and Sharp stuff's going to be in here. So it's well worn, the binding that is, but actually overall it's not in bad shape. Kind of a cool catalog. This is Miller's Falls catalog number 42. This is Miller Falls Tools and Goodell Pratt. So now I can look up old Goodell Pratt tools. But this is like a general tool catalog. I mean, it's got electric drills in here and all types of hand tools, even planes and stuff. And then there is a small section in here of the machinist tools. Here's a Mitutoyo catalog. I've never had a Mitutoyo catalog, so that'll be nice. A Lufkin catalog. Great shape. Nice Lufkin catalog. Fowler catalog. And here's another Fowler catalog. So this is catalog 870, and this is catalog number 170, cutting tools. So it says cutting tools, but I noticed that reason why I grabbed it was because there's things like bench centers and stuff like that, and vices and chucks that are in here also. And then last is this Brown and Sharp catalog 36M precision tools and gauges. What? Rip off Starrett, huh? Or did Starrett rip them off? Trammel points, dividers, calipers, V-blocks, depth gauges, height checks, all kinds of cool stuff. This little lot right here actually contains the item that he initially listed online that ended up leading me to him in the first place, that caught my eye and caused me to inquire about other tools. And what this is this is a precision lathe. I just said lathe. I'm sorry. What this is a precision level. For its age, it's in decent shape. It's, you know, got some paint chipped off here and there. This whole section in the middle here looks like a Starrett 98. I believe this is a 12-inch. But what he advertised this as is a South Bend level. Now, South Bend probably marketed, you know, sold this through their catalog, and it's probably made by somebody else. But there's no markings on this thing to indicate that it's a South Bend. However, he pointed out to me, well, somebody wrote South Bend lathe leveler, but he pointed out to me that on the box, oh, there it is, that right here is the remnants of the South Bend label on this old box. And it sure seems like this is a perfect fit for this box. And it's got that gray color you would expect for a South Bend, early South Bend lathe. So I think it might be. So I think he had dropped the price on this down to, initially it was $100, and by the time I went and saw him, he had dropped the price on this, I think, down to $60. So I told him there was a few other things there that I put with it, which were this this little Greenfield number 4 tap wrench, because this was out in the garage. It was in a separate area, and this Federal half thousandths indicator. It's a little sticky, but it's actually in pretty good shape. It's got a couple extra tips in there. And what I thought was kind of neat was that it's in this box for a pair of 749 V-blocks, and I'm going to get to that in a moment. And then he had a bunch of stuff sitting there with just a bunch of junk metal and stuff, and sitting in that pile of metal was this daisy wheel for a arbor press. And I said, hey, are you just going to, is that just scrap? You're going to throw it out? And he said, well, why? And I said, because if you are, I'd like to get this. And he, so initially kind of thought about it. He hesitated, but eventually he agreed. So I got, for $60, I got the level, the little tap wrench, the indicator, which I'm actually glad to see this box, and this daisy wheel, which I may or may not have a use for. Alright, so this next lot I put together is VBox, and ended up working a deal and getting this lot right here for $80 for the whole lot. It's a good deal. This is a pair of Brown and Sharp number 750B blocks in excellent condition, and these both say number 72 down below, so I'm wondering whether or not these are matched pair like the way Starrett does it. Not sure though. They are engraved, and with the 2 original clamps, which is a bonus. Then he had a bunch of these Brown and Sharp 749s. For whatever reason though, he had 5. So one must have gone missing at some point. And then this pair of blocks right here, these are also Brown and Sharps. These are number, well, they say number 110 down here, but these are catalog 750As. So these are the A's, The big ones here were C's, right? So these are probably B's. No, they're 749, so they're in a different series actually. Huh. All right. Oh, so then there was that last lot. There we go. 2 blocks and 1 clamp. Interesting. So I'm looking at 4 clamps here. Funny, I can kind of tell which ones of these were pairs originally by the way he engraved them. He engraved them on the ends here on these 2. He engraved them on the side here on these 2. And this one, he actually didn't engrave at all. And it's got a little bit of damage, so that'll be the lone wolf. These other ones will all keep as pairs. This seems like the nicest pair, so we'll give them the box with 1 clamp, like what was originally supposed to be in here. And that brings us to the final lot. We headed back out to the garage, and on my way out I looked at some of the stuff that was laying there, and lo and behold I spotted this tray right here and realized that these are 2 dead centers for lathes. But all of these right here are all nice precision ground mandrels for turning between centers or holding something between centers, you know, either on a lathe or also on, like, say, a spin indexer with a tail stock on your table of your milling machine. And this little box right here is actually full of extra small ones. So I got this whole box of these little ones, and this mismatched. It says it's a sterret holder, but what's actually in here is a mix-up, because these are supposed to be. See, this says drive pin punches, and what's in here are some center punches. There's actually 3 or 4 Brown and Sharps in here, a couple of sterrets, and there's even a Union tool. And this last item was part of this lot also. It's a little miniature surface plate, little itty bitty one. Judging by the hole that's in the back here, I'm thinking maybe there might have been a post that was on this originally to hold maybe an indicator clamp, you know, with a rod for an indicator. I just thought it was kind of a neat little surface plate. And so I got this tray with all of these mandrels, the mismatched punches, and the surface plate for 20 bucks. And that's going to be it. That's going to be a wrap for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed this Machinist tool pick. And if you did, please hit the like button. And if you're not already a subscriber, please consider subscribing. Take care.